today's video, I'm probably going to do the longest 5-minute face you've ever seen. And the reason why is I'm going to be using makeup that I left behind when I took about half my makeup to our condo in Florida, and I haven't pre-chosen the makeup. So when I'm looking for things, I am going to talk about some of the other things that I left behind and what I think about them. Now, the thing about my left behind products, these are products that I wasn't ready to throw away. Though I do have a trash bag here, so if I do decide some is really too old, then I will toss them. But these were products I just didn't think I would use in an upcoming video. They were products that my skin was pretty pale when I left, and I knew I was going to Florida. I knew it would get darker while I was in Florida in the fall, so I knew the shades would not work for me as my skin got a little bit darker, though it's getting lighter, more my winter color again now. So there are various reasons why these products were left behind, and we are going to go ahead and talk about it. So we're going to start with foundation. I have a lot of foundations left behind. This container was mostly because the shades were all too pale. These were my high-end, though I think this Makeup Forever Reboot is probably a good shade for me now. So this might be the one that I'm going to use. But let's look at this. Let's look at my other foundation. You can see at one point I thought I was going to be taking it. I put the paper in here. I have my Infallible Pro Glow. Now, why do I have this left behind when you know I love Pro Glow if you watch any of my videos? Because I bought duplicates. I went to the drugstore and bought it and forgot that I had ordered online. So, and then I got too lazy to return them. So these are duplicates of 208 and 209. Oh, the Ulta Beauty Complexion Crush. I don't know why I didn't take this one. I don't think I took much from this bin of tube makeup. I really did like this one. Age Perfect L'Oreal. This is a great drugstore foundation. A lot of people will say it is a dupe for the Estee Lauder Futurist, Hydra Futurist Rescue, something like that. But it is very nice. This shade wasn't the best for me. This is Sand 70. It might actually be better now. But Neutrogena Flawless Matte CC Cream. I'm still not into the matte finish, and this was a nice matte finish. I also had the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. Skin, same, it was nice. It was also pretty matte. Ooh, I actually really like these. These are full coverage foundations, which is why I didn't bring them to Florida in the fall, because it was still gonna be warm and I just didn't know if I would want to wear something so full. It's the RCMA makeup. This is sold on Beautylish and then maybe on their regular site. And so I ordered some. I didn't get the right match. I ordered one light, one dark, so I actually mixed them. But they do have a really good shade selection, and you can return things on Beautylish if you don't get the right shade. So I had the N410 and the N330. Very, very, very good coverage. If you need that full coverage foundation, you only need a little bit. It's very pigmented. I think I saw like Tati and Wayne Goss, they both raved over it, so that's why I ordered it. Essence Pretty Natural. This is one that I bought, I mean, it's like $5 at Ulta, and I didn't like it, and I returned it. I thought it went on too heavy, and then I was doing a video with Bobby Copy from Mindful Midlife, and she was picking the makeup that I need to wear, and this is the one she picked, and I put it on again, and I put it on lighter, and I might have used a damp makeup sponge instead of a foundation brush to apply it, and it's really pretty. So $5, really good value. Another $5 one that I used to not like but now like is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This one is medium deep. It's probably my shade now. I think I took tan. I took one of them with me to Florida, so I had more than one. So yeah, both of these are like $5 or $6 foundations, and they both are beautiful on, and they're not a matte finish, so they're really nice. Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin. This is shade 7. I have an 8, which was a better shade match for me. The 7 might be good now though. Rare Beauty. This is her Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. This is okay. It's an extremely light coverage, so because I have all my melasma, I like more coverage. Okay, sorry, my daughter called. What else do I have in here? The Dermablend. I don't even think I ever reviewed the Dermablend Continuous Correction CC Cream. It's supposed to be a full coverage one. I'm trying to think if I ever even put it on. I bought it last summer, so maybe I'll have to do that. Oh, and then I have one of my Lancome foundation sticks. I had two. This is the wrong color. This is beige champagne. This one looks like it would be a good color now. Do I want to wear that? Maybe I'll wear that today because that is a 5-minute face. I have a Bobbi Brown stick foundation. I like this. This looks like it's going to be, well, that might work. I don't know. I just had to, I have an old Lancome foundation. I probably could get rid of this one. Yeah, throwing one thing out. And last but not least, I have the Laura Geller's Tinted Moisturizer, a lightweight foundation. So those are some, not all, because I have a few other bins. Yeah, I have a couple of other bins, at least 2 other bins of foundation left behind. I do want to just talk about how old my foundation is. So I started my channel, gosh, now it's been almost 3.5 years ago, and I would say most of the foundation was purchased about 2.5 years ago or newer. Now, why I don't throw out all the old foundation? If I do see it discoloring, or if it, squeeze it out and it's all broken up and everything, I might toss it. But in general, my older foundations, I might have only used once. Like this Reboot, it is practically full. And when foundation starts going bad, it's usually because you start getting air. There's a lot of air in your bottles and containers. Yeah, so my fingers aren't going in here into a pump. And a lot of these I only use for a week before I move on to the next foundation that I'm trying. And so I kind of think we're a little land of throwing good food and good products away just because of random expiration dates. So I look at everything and judge accordingly. That's my own personal opinion. You might have a different opinion, but yeah, I don't throw makeup away at 6 months and 1 year just because the makeup industry tells me to. Okay, I think I'm going to try to use this. Oh gosh, that looks a little kind of cyan-y. Let me try the Reboot. Yeah, I'm going to do the Reboot. Oh, the Reboot looks really light though, doesn't it? Well, they look like they both could work, but I'm going to go with the Reboot because I'm sitting down here in my living room. We're trying to sell the house, and so my makeup room is no more. It is all kind of packed away. My big light, I actually pulled out my big light because it's cloudy outside, or it's overcast outside this morning. And it's downstairs to make my formal dining room look like a photography studio because I don't really have formal dining room furniture. And I do have a lot of photography stuff just stored there. So we tried to make it look pretty. As pretty as you can make a photography studio look. Okay, this is definitely a little light, but it's what I have on. All right, so let's look at the bronzers I left behind, or the bronzer contour. I left behind my Tom Ford. I love this. It is the Shade and Illuminate in 01, and I think I left it behind because I thought I read that it had been discontinued. I also left behind my Charlotte Tilbury number 3 because Charlotte Tilbury has since come out with bronzers. I love this. I had bought a backup of this. My daughter, when she was home for Thanksgiving, took it back with her. Oh, I have a Buxom in Maldives. This one's really pretty. This is actually really pretty on the eyes. Oh my gosh. It just has a little shimmer. Oh my goodness. The Buxom bronzers are gorgeous. So this one's Maldives, and I can't remember what the other one was that I took. It might have been Tahiti, which is a really good bronzer. This is a little dark for my face, but it's so pretty. This is the Hoola. This is a great bronzer, great on all skin types. It's a little light for me. I originally purchased it to use on my photography clients because my makeup artist friend recommended it as part of my kit. Kylie Cosmetics. I've never really used this one. This is Tanned and Gorgeous. It's a little dark. Laura Geller. Love Laura Geller. Baked in Bronze and Brighten. That might be a good one to use. I left my Essence contouring palette, which this was my favorite drugstore because the shade looked really good on me. And I left it behind because I really was using a lot of other powder bronzers instead. The Charlotte Tilbury ones are my favorite, both their her cream and powdered bronzers. Oh, here's a Guerlain 03 Natural Brunette. Another one my makeup artist friend recommended. It might be a little orangey for me. Oh, here's a drugstore L'Oreal True Match, and this is their blendable powder, but I got it in a dark powdery shade. And then finally, this is Westman Atelier. This is really pretty. This is a good contour shade. It's a little dark for an overall just brush on bronzer. Okay, so I need to kind of just brush on some color. So I want a powder. So I'm either going to use the Hoola, the Laura Geller, or my Charlotte Tilbury. I don't want it to be too dark. That looks too light. I'm going to go with my Laura Geller. This is medium shade. I always hate putting bronzer down here because this is where my melasma is. So I always feel like I'm emphasizing my melasma when I put a bronzer too low. And then I'm just using a Rephr 05. It's a blush brush because my bronzer brush is still in Florida, my bigger brushes. All right, blushes. Got this old Hourglass Ambient Ghost Unlocked. The reason why I left it behind is because I bought the 3 new ones, though I gave one away to my daughter. Kind of in plum, so let me see. Here's the Charlotte Tilbury Medium, Pillow Talk Medium. That one's really pretty. Oh, here's a broken one. This is the Sex on Fire. I really do like this one, but it broke, so I don't like to travel with it. Climax. This one's very neutral. One Wayne Goss that I left behind. Ooh, maybe I'll do this since I'm in kind of plummy colors. Is this too pink? Too pink to wear into the plummy colors. This is the Vivid Azalea. I know, I love that. A Chanel, also is a little pink. This one is in Vibration 270. Gosh, I mean, so many of these are barely used. Just not ready to get rid of them. Flower Beauty Spiced Petal. This is kind of more of a neutral. If I was wearing something a little more brown, I would use that one. This one was a surprise. Actually, this one I reached for. I wished I had brought to Florida with me, and it was my Tarte Flush Cheek Stain. I thought it was going to be too light because I could just barely see the stain. This one is, yeah, the color Flush before I had left, but then I wanted it. I have the Persona blush in Teddy, and this was kind of their brownish looking mauve, and I actually have 2 of these, so I do have one in Florida. But you know what, speaking of that, they did send me their newest shade here in Arizona. It was here waiting for me when I got here. It was called like Raspberry Jam or something. It was really pretty, and yeah, I don't know where I put it. I did love it. I do love the Persona stick products, and it's like a clean company. I think it might even be influencer company, but I do love their bronze stick and their blush multi-sticks. Tower 28 Beach Please Magic Hour. It was kind of tacky. It made my hair stick. Sweet Cheeks, NYX. I love their blush. This is Rose and Play. Actually, I love this brand of blush. This is too pale. Fenty Beauty Daiquiri Dip. Very coral. This is a summer color. I do like this formulation. Oh, I love this one. I haven't worn this. Would actually go good with what I'm wearing. Merit Raspberry Beret. You know what? I think I'm going to use this. This is not that long lasting, so this is not an all-day wear blush for me on my skin. Oh, this was my #1 cream blush, and it just goes to show you forget about things. And I'm actually thinking this one's not looking so good. This is the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge in Powder Pink. Yeah, when I talk about when to dispose of things, this one just doesn't look good to me anymore. I mean, I probably wouldn't use it anymore. It just doesn't look good. So my second product that's going to my little trash bag over here. Oh, I'm going to throw this out too. This is Charlotte Tilbury. This discontinued, and I've had this for like 5 years. Oh, and Physicians Formula Spicy Mauve. Oh, this one doesn't have like a really strong scent, which is nice. This is kind of glowy. I'm not looking for a glowy look. I'm going for the Merit kind of soften it up. Oh, I did not put on any concealer. What did I leave behind? I left behind the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. It was very lightweight. It didn't have a whole lot of coverage. The Believe, this is from like the Dollar General, dollar store. It's their brand in beige. This was a good concealer, very inexpensive. Pure Push Up. Again, these are really light, kind of nourishing serum concealers. So I don't necessarily need nourishment. When I use a concealer, I want a little more for color. Oh, this is the old Charlotte Tilbury concealers, the Magical Way. It's gross. I'm just going to throw it away. e.l.f. Camo, love it. Too light. The other thing about e.l.f., it does separate a lot. Even when I don't use them, or even when they're new. Oh, this one I am going to toss. This is the Tan Walnut, and it was the wrong color. Like it said it was Tan Walnut, and I've been using Tan Walnut. It's one of the few that I've repurchased, and yeah, it was the wrong shade, so I'm going to toss it. Born This Way. Oh, I love this. Caramel. Oh, this is a newer one I bought. This one's really dark, so that one's not going to look good on my skin. Age Rewind. Not a fan of Age Rewind. This one's a little too light of a shade. It just doesn't do well on me. Oh, here's another Age Rewind shade. People rave over it. Doesn't look that good on me. Oh, Estee Lauder Double Wear Radiant Concealer. Maybe that's one I might wear. Makeup Forever HD. A lot of these are like really pale shades, like that I bought when I thought I wanted to do a lot of like brightening. So I was getting, one or two shades too light. And then I decided I prefer my concealer to match exactly. Oh, this is a CoverGirl True Match. Actually, I like this one. This is the W4/5, and I'm at W6 now. Actually, I can probably still get away with W4. So maybe I'll use that. And then I have the Maybelline Fit Me in 20 Sand and Sable. Oh, this is the other Makeup Forever. Gosh, they both look really pale. I don't know why I got them so light. One's 21 and one's 31. Or 31.5. All right, I think I'm going to go either with the True Match or the Double Wear right now. Concealers I left behind, those mostly were the ones that I just had in a shoebox. Every concealer that I had in a bin, I didn't even sort them. I just emptied the 2 bins and took them with me to Florida. So I think shade-wise, I'm going to go with the Estee Lauder Double Wear in light medium 2W. Well, that sounds light for me. It looks like on. That might be too light. Yeah, I just think these are all bad color matches. So, let me look at the True Match. Oh, that's darker. I'm going True Match. The Double Wear's on top. True Match is on the bottom. So it is more of a True Match. I love True Match foundation and concealers from L'Oreal. It's got a weird brush applicator. Never fear, because I have my trusty Rephr number 32. They were having a 50% off sale. I think it's still going on. I think they were doing 50% off through the season or until stock was out. Yeah, this is a very moisturizing looking concealer. Good color for brightening. I love the small brush because it gets right up here, which is where I get a little dark, right here. And then I just kind of swirl it around a little bit. But for me, most of my darkening is right in this area. All right, so I'm just going to kind of lightly powder over everything. I'm just going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. Oh, this is my bronzer brush. I was thinking this was my powder brush, but this is my bronzer brush. And I can tell because it's a little more dense. And this is a number 22. Let's move on because this 5-minute face is really taking forever. Okay, let's do eyeshadows that I left behind. I got this one as a gift. I've never used it. It's a Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter, the luxury palette. And I also left behind Dolce Vita which is now Bella Sophia. I have the Bella Sophia also. So this is the one that I owned before it was renamed. It was my first quad on a Dior. Oh, this is the one I'm going to use because I'm wearing purples. This is the Dior 22 and 769. Left Behind Petal Play. Is this, I don't know, is this a Flower Beauty? These are pretty. I actually like this. I just have so many palettes with these shades. I'm sure I just took a bunch of them. I also left behind this L'Oreal Color Riche in French Biscuit. I like these shades too. Again, just kind of as neutrals. I just have so many of them. Revlon Color Stay. Same color palette. How many quads can I have with the same color palette? And then I also left behind the pink one. And then I left behind a couple of creams here, the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize and Walk of No Shame. I love this one. I just took a bunch of other ones with me, like the Pillow Talk and the Rose Gold. I left a couple of Lisa Eldridge's, her Luxe eyeshadow. I like them. They were a little more sheer. I think I took one with me. I had three. I liked the Kosas 15-second or 10-second eye better. And I had three of them. I took two. I left behind Blaze. So I took Heat, I think was my favorite one. We'll just keep moving on because we need to finish this 5-minute face. I'm going to use plum shades. I'll start with the middle shade. I'm using the BK Beauty. This is the A501. It's a pretty dense brush, not a soft, fluffy brush at all. So then I'm going to blend out 503, A503. All right, I'm just going to put this purple shade right here now, right in the center. And I'm going to take a little smudger brush. This is the BK Beauty 204, little smudger. Take this darker shade. Oh, mascaras. I pretty much left all of my mascaras behind because I used the City Beauty Beyond mascara. This is my favorite mascara, so I took that and I took one waterproof, which was the Essence Princess something maybe. Anyways, I've just got a ton of mascaras. My old favorite was discontinued, and it was the Marc Jacobs Unlash. I'm so disappointed. Before that, it was the Damn Girl. I've purchased this one multiple times. I do like that one. All right, I'm going to try a tubing mascara. I'm not a big tubing mascara person, but I'm going to try one. It's the Tartelette. I don't know what it's called. It's a Tartelette tubing mascara. So this one's fairly new. Oh, I don't even know if I've ever used it. I think it's brand spanking new. Okay, now lipsticks. Oh my gosh, I've got bins of lipsticks. There's no real reason why these didn't make the cut, other than I just don't typically wear a lot of lipstick, even though I own a lot of lipstick. All right, I have two Makeup by Mario's. I mean, I love these. These are great matte shade lipsticks, very neutral. The Jessie would look good with what I have on. So this is Jessie, and this is Daniela. This is I Need a Rose Pink, Natasha Denona. I love this. Love these shades. There it is, right there. I'm not going to go through all these. I'm not going to swatch all these. It's too much. Blushing Mauve in Revlon Super Luster lipstick. Oh, that should be a good one with what I'm wearing. That might go good. I don't know. When I'm looking at my hand, though, I'm kind of liking the I Need a Rose. 03 Pick Me Up. Oh, this was supposed to be a Pillow Talk. This is the Revlon Pick Me Up. This is supposed to be a Pillow Talk dupe. Did I ever do my Pillow Talk dupe video that I bought all these Pillow Talk dupe shades for? It's a Wayne Goss Walnut. Oh, I love walnut. There's walnut. But Wayne Goss right here. Feels so creamy and soft. It's really beautiful. Wedding Blues. So Charlotte Tilbury Wedding Blues. Wedding Bells, not Wedding Blues. That would be a terrible name for a lipstick, Wedding Blues. Yeah, that's real pretty. I can see it being a great wedding color lipstick. Here's my daughter's favorite. Is this it? Pillow Talk, but the skinny one. And she's worn it for a couple of years. It's not so matte. It's a Pillow Talk, but it's got a little bit of sheen and it feels really good on the lips. Okay, that's enough. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put on the Pillow Talk, the skinny Pillow Talk. And then on top of it, I'm going to put a little bit of gloss. I need a cooler gloss though. I feel like my eyeshadow is really cool and everything else is getting a little kind of warmer undertones. Maybe this Lawless one in Velvet. There's it right there. Okay, close enough. That's it. Ooh, my hair's sticking in it. And to spray, to finish it, I'm going to use MAC Prep and Prime. It's a classic. Why is it left behind? Because I have a ton of setting sprays and I just left a few behind. But I definitely think it's a classic look, or a classic setting spray. Okay, and this is my 5-minute face, and I might continue with this Left Behind series and go over some other Left Behind products. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.